the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Yeah, that's the name everyone's buzzing about right now. And guess what? It might be arriving next month. Apple is apparently cooking up their biggest iPhone shakeup in years. And it's either going to be the ultimate flex or the most expensive disappointment of 2025. We're talking rumors of camera overhauls, new colors, software that makes your phone look like it's dipped in glass, and of course, a price hike that will make your bank account pack its bags and leave you for someone more financially stable. But here's the twist. Some of these upgrades sound incredible, while others might make you scream, wait, that's it? So buckle up, because the iPhone 17 Pro Max rumor mill is hotter than the back of your iPhone 15 when you tried to game on it without a case. Now let's start with the part everyone dreads, the price tag. Word on the street is Apple's planning to slap at least 50 extra bucks onto the iPhone 17 Pro Max, pushing it to a jaw-dropping $1,249 starting price. To put that in perspective, that's a decent secondhand gaming laptop or 3 months of DoorDash meals if you're living dangerously. Apple's basically saying, you don't need groceries this month. You need the new iPhone. And the kicker, the last time they raised the Pro Max price, back with the iPhone 15, they gave us extra storage as a little sugar to help the medicine go down. This time, who knows? Are we really about to pay more for the privilege of thinner bezels and another shade of orange? Let me know in the comments. Would you actually cough up $1,249 if Apple nailed the camera? Or would you ride your iPhone 14 into the grave? Speaking of looks, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is supposedly rocking its first major redesign since the iPhone 11 days. That's 6 long years of Apple saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, while we all pretended we couldn't tell one model from another. But the leaks say things are changing. New two-tone designs, camera arrays stretched across the top like a wannabe Pixel 9, and a slightly thicker body. And I know what you're thinking, 0.5 millimeter thicker, who cares? But in Apple land, that's the difference between sleek minimalism and fat clunky brick. Plus, the colors might finally get spicy. Reports are pointing at orange, blue, black, and white. Imagine pulling out an orange iPhone in public. People won't even notice your haircut anymore. They'll just say, bro, is that the creamsicle edition? Honestly, I kind of respect it. At least Apple's not afraid of making your phone look like a Fanta commercial. And then there's the display. Same big 6.9-inch screen, but the dynamic island might be shrinking thanks to slimmer Face ID components, which means, hallelujah, more screen real estate for doom-scrolling X. But wait, here's the kicker. One rumor hyped us up about this super hard anti-reflective glass that was supposedly scratch-proof. I was ready to yeet my screen protectors into the trash. And then another leak said, oops, Apple dropped it, production's too hard. Classic Apple. They tease you with a feature that could actually be useful and then yank it away like it never existed. It's like your friend who says, yeah, I'll help you move this weekend, and then ghosts you on moving day. Thanks, Tim Cook. Well, performance-wise, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is expected to get the A19 Pro chip built on an upgraded 3-nanometer process. Translation, it's faster, more efficient, and maybe, just maybe, your battery won't die halfway through watching cat videos on TikTok. But here's where it gets juicy. Faster chips usually run hotter, and Apple knows it. So rumor has it they're throwing in vapor chamber cooling. Yes, your iPhone might actually have gamer PC cooling tech. I don't know about you, but the idea of my phone having better heat management than my laptop feels weirdly offensive. And if that wasn't enough, they might bump RAM up to 12 gigs. That's a 50% jump from last year. But here's the kicker. This isn't just for multitasking. This is Apple laying the foundation for Apple Intelligence, their on-device AI. Translation, Siri might finally stop being dumber than a Magic 8 ball. All right, let's talk cameras because that's the hill people die on when deciding whether to upgrade. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is rumored to pack a brand new 48 megapixel telephoto lens, which could mean 3 48 megapixel lenses across the board. Sounds insane, right? But here's the twist. Some leaks say the optical zoom might actually downgrade to 3.5x instead of the 5x we had last year. So Apple's basically saying, congrats, you've got more megapixels, but also less zoom. That's like ordering a large pizza and getting it in thin slices so it feels smaller. Other whispers suggest we might get an 8 times zoom instead, which would be a game changer. Honestly, the camera leaks are all over the place, and the only thing that seems solid is a 24 megapixel front camera for selfies, which means no more pretending your face looks crisp at 2 megapixels. And if that wasn't enough, Apple might throw in a new Pro camera app and even another camera control button, because nothing says pro photographer like pushing 2 buttons instead of 1. But here's the feature I think could secretly blow up dual video capture. Imagine filming with the front and back cameras at the same time. Suddenly, every vlogger and TikToker can record reactions while showing what's happening in front of them, all without looking like an awkward potato flipping their phone around. This is the kind of feature that could quietly take over the internet. You think reaction content is everywhere now? Wait until every iPhone kid can do it natively. Now, on the battery front, things get interesting. Apple's rumored to be experimenting with easier to remove batteries. Instead of the nightmare glue strips that make tech repair TikToks look like surgery videos, they're moving to something called ionic liquid adhesive. You zap it with a little electricity and the battery just pops out like a Lego piece. That's a win for repairability. And apparently Apple wants to start making their own batteries too, which could mean more performance, better efficiency, and maybe, just maybe, an iPhone that lasts longer than 17 hours before crying for a charger. On top of that, whispers say reverse wireless charging might finally arrive, meaning you could slap your AirPods on the back of your iPhone and juice them up like magic. And if that's not enough, there's talk of Qi 2 wireless charging up to 50 watts. That's double what most of us are getting now. Basically, the iPhone 17 Pro Max could go from dead to decent battery before you even finish your Starbucks order. Software-wise, we're getting iOS 26 because Apple's decided numbers should finally match the calendar. The big showpiece is something called liquid glass, which makes your menus look shiny, translucent, and glossy enough to make you feel like you're holding a piece of candy. AI gets sprinkled in everywhere. Live translations across apps, call screening so you never have to talk to telemarketers again, and a smarter visual search that can scan whatever's on your screen. Siri's big AI glow-up won't hit until 2026, but for now, the iPhone 17 Pro Max will at least make you feel like your digital assistant graduated kindergarten. So here's the bottom line. The iPhone 17 Pro Max could be Apple's boldest leap forward in years, with big changes to design, major power under the hood, smarter software, and camera features designed to lure in every YouTuber, TikToker, and wannabe filmmaker. But, and it's a big but, there are cracks in the hype. If that zoom downgrade is real, if the scratch-proof glass is gone, and if Apple really charges us $1,249 just to change the color palette, then we might be looking at one of the most controversial iPhones ever. And honestly, I'm kind of here for the chaos. And on that note, I'll leave you with a free drive in Forza Horizon 5, because if there's one game that deserves to run at max frames and max detail, it's that one. Enjoy the ride, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.